Let's go. So hello and welcome to the 7th episode of Cat's Red Dead Online podcast. I hope soon we will have not a few, but first viewers, and today I welcome VideoTech from Twitter, and we're gonna discuss a lot of stuff like leaks, data mining, news, and especially I want to talk about this last Take-Two investors call, because there is a lot to discuss. And yeah, we have first viewers. I will quickly remind you what is gonna happen during this streak. We will mostly be talking with VideoTech, discussing all these interesting topics, and I will try to read chat, but not to read, but keep an eye on chat. And of course at the end there will be some time for you to ask questions. Ask me and VideoTech questions. So anyway, welcome anyone, and we are ready to start. So the first question, all this new content that was added yesterday, was it a surprise for you, or you were expecting for something like this?
Oh, yes, absolutely was a surprise. I was definitely expecting just a casual event week, because I report them on Twitter with the discounts and bonuses on Twitter in the morning. So as soon as I get up, I'm on Twitter, getting them, obviously checking all the bonuses and discounts, log in and post them. So no, I definitely wasn't expecting them. No, absolutely not.
So yeah, it was. I guess it was surprise for anyone, despite the fact that all these telegrams were leaked I don't know, a month ago or so.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Something like this.
By Rockstar Guides, I believe.
Yeah, and I thought it's gonna be something different, some new sort of role maybe, and the fact that it's gonna be actually, this free improvement. Basically, in my opinion, it's an improvement for low-level players, because it's like an alternative to this, how does it go, stranger missions, and it's not the way to grind money. Anyway, I enjoyed them. By the way, have you played it already? Have you tried it?
I mean, I have, yes. Well, I've completed all the free ones, yeah, and I'm about to start the hardest difficulty mode tonight, which I look forward to. Yeah, I have played them all, and I'm excited to see where it goes next. Because I know there are, I believe, I think Rockstar stated that in the news yesterday, so yeah, I look forward to it.
How much, okay, so what do you think will happen next? They will add one each week? One extra.
Hopefully. I mean, I think Rockstar Guides reported that there was over 300 lines of dialogue that was unused. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully that is the case.
I actually doubt that there are gonna be 100 new missions, but my bet is there is when you open this Telegram list, there is 1 out of 18. So I think there will be 18 missions, and we will see 1 or 2 each week until update, actually, until real update. But who knows what they have for us, and it's really interesting. But anyway, my question, that I always wanted to ask someone who might know the answer: why are they adding all this content long before it's being released? Adding it to the game files, Outlaw Pass 5. Why it's in the game files already? What's the point?
Well, it's a good question. Yeah, so they put it in the files because it saves, because when you submit an update to Microsoft and Sony, there is a 2-week wait, because the Sony and Microsoft have to go and test the game to make sure everything's running on the consoles fine before a title update is published. So that could be one of the main factors to why these are already in the files. And I guess it's just a lot easier for them, also for Rockstar, to put out put the Outlaw Pass changes by server updates. I guess it's just a lot easier for them to add them. But yeah, I think it would be a bit more smarter to put the Outlaw Pass in title updates, at least in my opinion, because at least then they can also fix bugs and improve the game every 3 months. Because to be fair, I do disagree with how the updates are being handled at the minute, because I don't think 2 updates each year is very ideal for the game at the minute. I think it definitely needs more than 2 updates each year. yeah.
But maybe this year we will see something like more, because I guess
Yeah,
we will have
hopefully. Yeah,
small
hopefully.
update and then bigger two updates.
Yeah.
You also think so, right? That we will have like one at April, let's say, one big
hopefully.
on July, and so on.
Yeah, hopefully.
So,
So I am quite excited to see what comes in the summer. We'll see what happens.
and we have like no idea yet what we will see at summer, because this April update, I believe we already know what it's gonna be. So at least we have some ideas.
Yeah, the Outlaw Pass at least.
What do you think? What do you think they might have as a surprise for us in the July update? Let's say big update. Let's call it big update. What do you
July
think?
update. Well, I think there's no doubt it's going to be a whole exactly something called either on the rumored lawman role or something like that. But I would really love to see some information on the Rockstar editor, because I'm a video editor myself in real life. Yeah, I would be doing a lot with the Rockstars, and I do a lot with the Rockstar editor in GTA 5 as well. But in addition to that, I think I'd like to see some quality of life changes in Red Dead Online, including private sessions and creator mode. But I just doubt this is going to come anytime soon. So yeah, probably probably in the summer I'm probably going to see a role expansion or just a new role. I imagine at least.
What's your opinion about all these rumors of Red Dead Redemption 1 being remaked or remastered?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I think it could happen, but who knows? It's Rockstar, innit? You never know what's going to happen, innit? They're a very unpredictable company, so yeah, it could happen. It might not happen. We're just going to have to wait and see.
So you're not like super optimistic about it. You don't sound super optimistic right now.
I would say 50-50 to be honest. It depends. It just depends what they're doing now, because they are probably working on the next GTA game, most likely at least. We'll just have to wait and see.
Well, I actually really hope that we're gonna see this something like Red Dead Redemption 1 remake.
Yeah, oh absolutely. I'd love to see it. I was a huge fan of the first game.
In the chat I see many viewers saying that your voice should be a little bit louder. John Sly Reckon, by the way, says this. But I cannot make it louder, unfortunately. I made it as loud as possible, so can you please move a little bit closer to the mic? I guess that's how we can handle. Because I turned on all the settings I have already. Or maybe I can tune down my audio, so it will actually help. Anyway, let's continue. I guess I just turned down my volume. So yeah, I hope that let us know in the chat whether sound is okay now. But anyway, let's continue. So this smaller update, with the Outlaw Pass 5, what do you think is gonna be?
Well, the Outlaw Pass 5. Well, I've seen the leaked images from Rockstar Guides, and I think it's going to be more of a trader-themed thing, wouldn't it? I believe, according to the leaks at least.
Sorry, I was decreasing sound. I found what's the problem. It was my game volume.
Sorry,
technical issues. So yeah, what you were saying? I'm sorry for being on about this Outlaw Pass 5. So it's already in the game, and we think that it might be a trader role upgrade.
Yeah.
And that's it. And it looks like it. Or they can add something more right before the update, because as you said, there are 2 weeks for them actually to, to test the updates for Sony and Microsoft. So my question is like, can there be
Yeah.
something bigger in April than just Outlaw Pass and some small role extension?
Well, I believe there's 2 outlaw passes in the files already in the files, if you recall. So I don't think there's going to be another update in April. I would suspect it would be in the summer, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. But when, so it's just gonna be Outlaw Pass without update in the April, or I
I
mean
would
they will
imagine it will
just
just activate
release.
the outlaw pass that are in the files already.
Mm-hmm. So you pessimistic here, because I really expect to see at least some update in the April with.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully. I mean, you never know. They might have added the outlaw passes in the files as a backup plan in case they can't deliver another title update in time, because obviously due to the COVID restrictions happening right now. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I would love to see a new update in the spring, but I can't say I'm optimistic at the minute.
What do you think about all these, findings and leaks that were rumored like lately on YouTube as well, about this Steam bot, about some like ticket to Guarma or bot to
Oh,
Guarma? Have you seen some?
oh yes, yes, yeah. So yeah, I can explain that note. So Rockstar intends to reuse a lot of assets from the actual game, from the main game files. I have modding experience myself, and I also have a few friends that have modding experience as well, and I'm in contact with them quite often.
Mm-hmm. So all these
And
findings
yes,
are
the Guarma
usually.
boat is from the story mode, and they just yeah they usually reuse they also reuse a lot of that's from the Caparuca heist. They just released this new island, and most of the textures on that island were from from Los Santos as well. So they do intend to reuse a lot of the existing assets from the game, and they will use it for the DLC. It just saves on resources and time.
Mm-hmm. So all these findings, not like all, but most of them, is probably just something that they wanted
No,
to
oh no,
reuse, and it's not something that we will necessarily see in the next update.
yeah, especially the Guarma thing. I think that's just reused assets from the story mode, because it's you can find these existing models in the main files anyway. I think the Guarma boat was actually used for one of the legendary bounties, or I believe one of the bounties that I got the mission name, but it's used in one of them.
Mm-hmm. So they are reusing the assets without even changing the names, like, because it was from a
Yeah.
story, it had the name like Guarma, and they're using it again without changing the name. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. And people are finding this in game files with the name Guarma, but it doesn't
Yes.
mean that we will see Guarma anytime soon, right?
Honestly, I think we could see Guam and Red Dead Online. It's definitely entirely possible that it's definitely entirely possible. All they have to do is just unload the map in Red Dead Online. But yeah, I think Guam and Red Dead Online is entirely possible to see in the future. Yeah, of course, but yeah.
And what about Mexico? It's already, I mean, it's almost already in
Oh,
online.
Mexico. Yeah, well, yeah, it's online, but there's a long story about Mexico to be honest. I think because back in 2019, I did find some files relating to LOD models, which I did post to discoveries on GTA forums back at the time. Going on for Mexico, but I think it was just cut entirely from the game in 2018. They didn't have enough to make it work, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So, what about, I see a comment in a comment section like Guarma featured series would be so easy. I mean, can they add Guarma or
Oh, that
Mexico
would be amazing.
as something like this? As not a
I would
part of,
assume.
yeah.
Yeah, I would assume they could do that. Yes, absolutely.
is it like super hard from, you know, is it requires a lot of work for them to do it? It's rather my question. To add Guarma as just as a map
I
for,
wouldn't imagine so, no.
no? Or maybe for legendary
Well, no,
bounties.
so all they would have to do is... All they would have to do was make a script to unload the map. And then it would just work as it would. So no. Because you can do it in single players. Obviously, just unload Guarma from that as well. So yeah, it's entirely possible to do it in Red Online, of course.
Why is they not doing something like this? I mean, oh, actually, they've made it with Sisika, right? There is such a gameplay mode, but we don't have access there yet. So they actually might do it really with other regions of the map, but they are not doing anything like this, unfortunately. Actually, maybe it's even gonna be this new Telegram missions, because by the way, how do they work? They just put you in a solo session, like basically this new Telegram solo missions.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, it's just like with Legendary Bounty. It puts you in a solo lobby without anyone.
Oh yeah,
around.
yeah. They just put in a solo session. Yeah. Or the legendary bounties and the Telegram missions just put you in a solo mission. I mean, it's not solo mission, solo lobby. Yes.
Okay, but here's the question. Maybe you know the answer. Why there is no collectible items in such lobbies?
Oh, in the solo lobbies?
It's not, I mean, if you make in solo lobby yourself, there are collectible items. But if you join such solo lobby, like, there is
in
no...
mission, it's not there.
Yeah, so why is this happening?
I would have no idea, because I don't actually... No, I have no clue. I have no clue, to be honest, no.
Because it's kind of weird, I mean,
collecting anything in solo lobbies anyway with the collector role, so...
Yeah, but and as far as I can tell, you know, this new bounty missions, this how they call it, like, not legendary missions, but this new legendary bounties that were added in December. They also put you in a solo session when you making them sometimes, but there are moonshine producing and trader goods being produced and collectible items, despite the fact that you are the only person in a lobby. But with these legendary bounties and with these new missions, there is not. And I thought maybe you know whether it's a technical issue or they made it on purpose, you know, so to cut down the profit of this grind. Because if you think about it, if we will have ability to farm moonshiner and trader and collect collectibles inside of the legendary bounty mission, profit will be just insane from legendary bounties if you can combine legendary bounty with some other role. So I thought that they might have done it on purpose.
Oh, I mean, possibly. Like, yeah. Sorry, it's really hard to hear you with the technical issues right now. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we have like some sort of connection issues. Unfortunately, Discord works, but actually I can hear you pretty clear. I hope you do as well. But
oh, that's good. Thank you. That's good. That's good to hear. I'm really sorry.
Rockstar game design is so outdated. There is a comment from from the chat. What do you agree with this? Rockstar's game design is so outdated.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I do. Yeah, I do, because like when you're doing the legendary animal missions with the neutralist or the bounty hunter role, and you have to go and find clues, you just have to go to point A, point B, point C. It's just, and it just gets boring eventually. I think it is outdated, and I hope moving forward with future games, it's going to be a bit more open. So like similar, I like what they did with the Kaparuka heist, where you can basically approach the heist any method you want. So, yeah, I think I do agree with that.
But these Telegram missions, by the way, they like have some a little bit refreshing gameplay, in my opinion, because I found it actually interesting.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So maybe they will develop and maybe test these
Yeah, it definitely
ideas
had more
here
robust acting. Okay.
to implement it later.
Yes.
Why can't they? Oh, another question interesting I see in the chat. Why can't they fix things like Etta Doyle? You know, Etta Doyle is like can be completed super easily, and it's and this thing is for a year now.
Yeah.
So why don't they fix something like this for a long time? Is it super hard to fix, or why?
So what's wrong with that? Well, what's wrong? I'm not too aware.
Well, when you start the Etta Doyle mission, it turned out to be super simple, because at some point they just Etta and her gang are starting to run away, and you just run to Etta, tie
Yeah, I
her,
know what you
and
mean.
that's
Yeah,
it.
I've seen that. Yeah.
And she's the
I
most
guess it's just
expensive.
extremely scripted, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, so I guess it's scripted, but why not changing it? I mean, everyone knows about it like for a long time, and they definitely should know about it. And actually, Etta Doyle was, released. At that time, they were releasing only one legendary bounty mission per week, so they definitely got all the feedback, but it's still not fixed. So and I really don't get why, because it's basically it's the easiest legendary bounty and like super easy money, and yet payout for Etta Doyle is like pretty high. It's actually the most expensive.
I would imagine they would have to update. I would imagine they would have to update the game to address that. I would imagine at least.
But they
I don't
were
think that can be
updating the
fixed
game
via
many
server
times,
side.
like since Etta Doyle was added more than a year ago. So it's an extremely old mission.
Oh no, that's not good. Bloody hell. Yeah, that's quite good. Yeah, that's definitely well, it's definitely a bit concerning that they're not.
And actually the
fixing
thing
that.
is they were reworking the
I
whole
guess that's a
bounty
huge
hunter role, with this December update. It's basically a rework of the bounty hunter role, yet they haven't touched the old missions. They just added something new. And I wonder, like, why do you think why it's happening? Because they don't know about the issue, or because they just don't really care about it being around? I hope you're on the line.
It's terrible. I'm so sorry.
We have some issues with the connection.
Can you hear me again?
But yeah, I can hear you again. So, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Sorry.
I was saying that,
what
like,
were you saying again? Sorry.
I was saying that there's some old features that they are not really fixing, is because they don't know about them, or because they just don't have enough time to fix this, and all they can do is just to add new content.
Yeah. Oh, so are you saying that? Oh, sorry. So are you saying they're not fixing the old content?
Yeah.
They're just. Oh, yeah. Right. Is that? Yeah. Well, I'm not too sure because well, I would have no idea. But yeah. So I just don't know. If I was QA at Rockstar, I could answer that, but no clue.
What's your bet? What do you think? Why it's happening?
Oh, connection drop.
Sorry, we have some technical issues. It seems like Discord is being not working super good. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, let's switch the topic to the. Let's switch the topic because also I wanted to ask you about this investors call conference. You seemed I saw a
Oh
few
yeah,
tweets
absolutely. Oh,
and you were like
I have a lot of
optimistic.
interest in this course. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've listened to it as well,
Yes.
and I
It's
disagree.
been yeah. There's um. It does seem like Red Online is doing well. From what stands in the earnings report. Um. It seems like hopefully that might sort of nudge Take Two to think right. This is doing well. Let's sort of update this more. Because I really do want to see the same treatment as GT Online gets. So we start seeing more sort of substantial updates. So hopefully moving forward, we will start seeing bigger updates in the future. And yeah, I hope just have to see, I guess. But it does seem like it's doing well.
You mean
A lot of
it
copies
looked
as
to
well.
you like
It
they're
sold like
doing
30.
well from this
Yeah,
interview?
it's sold over. Yeah, it sold over 2 million copies in the last fiscal quarter. So yeah,
But
it does seem to be doing well, but not I think, and also revenue spending for microtransactions also seems to be going through the roof as well for Red Deadline. So it does seem to be doing well, but yeah.
I thought they were saying about Red Dead Redemption selling 2 million copies. You think they've included Red Dead Online in this number? Standalone edition.
So I can't hear you.
I,
Can you repeat that again? Sorry, I just cut off again.
I mean, they said they've sold 2 million copies of Red Dead Redemption 2. They haven't said exactly how much of this is standalone
Yes.
copies of
I
Red Dead.
reckon that's a good question. I reckon because they didn't mention that, did they? No. I think
No.
the standalone was included with just the standard game, the report.
Oh, I'm sorry, it seems like you disappeared.
Oh, again. Oh, sorry. What I was saying. I reckon the standalone figures were included with the vanilla game numbers, the standard edition, of course. I didn't see anything about it merged with just the game itself. But I will have to double check on that note because I don't remember ever seeing or ever even hearing about those numbers, if it sold well or not. But it is hitting the top charts on the Xbox and PlayStation Store as well. I think it's still hitting the top charts now. But yeah, I think it was merged with just the game, with the normal game itself. So.
But why haven't they
wrong.
focused on Red Dead Online standalone results? I mean, to me, it's like an indication that they are not satisfied with the amount of copies.
Well, they just said that they just released the standalone to investors and that was it.
Yeah, and they
But
usually
it
will.
does seem like it's still.
I mean, they usually would say something like, "Oh, we sold so many copies; it's super successful." But now they just wasn't even focusing too much on this. So, what do you think?
Yeah,
Why?
I'm definitely surprised it wasn't a major point. Yeah, I'm definitely surprised it wasn't a major point at the investor conference because, I mean, it was hitting the top charts on the Xbox and Steam. Red Online was on the fourth chart at least the last time I saw it. It was even beating Cyberpunk in sales. It was just incredible. But yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't a major point there. So yeah, that was definitely a little bit odd.
But why?
I mean, definitely sold a lot though. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely sold a lot, and why haven't they said any specific numbers? Maybe they had higher expectations about, selling points of standalone.
They cut off again.
No, I actually can hear you. I mean, I
You still can hear me again?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see. I can.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So what do you
Awesome.
think?
That's all. What do I think of?
About Red Dead Online, like, was it a success, and if so, why haven't they said anything on this conference? Because it was, like,
Well,
weird to me.
yeah, it's definitely weird, and I do agree with that it was a little bit weird. But they were, I mean, they definitely made a statement on the report that it had reached new heights. But again, it was just a little bit odd why it wasn't such a major point at the investor conference. They were very more focused on GT Online, which was a bit of a shame. So I mean, it's not a surprise since they did just release the Kaparuka heist, but it is what it is. But yeah, I think I don't know. I think it was definitely a success since it sold a lot of copies, but it was just a shame it wasn't such a big thing there.
Actually, at some point, I don't know whether you remember it, but some investor asked Strauss Zelnick about Red Dead Online specifically. Like, what do you think about this project? And answering to this question, Strauss Zelnick hasn't said Red Dead Online, but he mentioned about GTA Online. Like, he said, look, oh, maybe I don't remember exactly what, but it was such a weird moment. It's like it shows all the problem, in my opinion, because he was investor had to repeat this question, and he had like, hey, want to know this and this about Red Dead Online, and the answer was not even about Red Dead Online, but more about GTA Online.
Okay.
So, I don't.
Oh well, I didn't really listen to the questions, to be honest. I just read the transcript that was available online. And I was listening listening, but I was typing and listening at the same time. It was really difficult at the time. But well, that's a bit disappointing, really.
But with that being said, what do you think the future of Red Dead Online? That's like the biggest question here.
Yeah, let's just hope for the best. I think there's such big potential for Red Dead Online. And I do think it could be such a, it's different. It's nothing like GT Online, is it? Really. We're just gonna have to wait and see. We just have to hope they're just gonna keep supporting it in the years to come, and hopefully we'll start seeing some substantial updates going forward. But yeah, maybe I'm not too sure what to say. I'm optimistic about the future, but if there's nothing big this year, then I think that's where I'm just gonna think, right, this is just not going anywhere, is it? So hopefully this year, fingers crossed, we'll start seeing some teasers to some of those fan-requested updates, like the heists and the Rockstar editor, stuff like that.
What do you think like can change the situation except heists? What can possibly be? What we can possibly see this year, so you can say, okay, now I'm pretty safe. I feel safe about future of Red Dead Online. Except heists.
Well, if they did a quality of life update, that included private sessions, and perhaps a continuation of the Land of Opportunities as well, and of course the long-awaited curator mode that will let players curate like mini games like team deathmatch and stuff like that, then I think I would be very, very optimistic about its future. Because I do think it's a little bit odd why we haven't seen the basic features like private sessions and stuff like that, because these features have been present in GT Online since day one, so it is a bit odd.
And do you have, by the way, any ideas why we don't have private sessions in Red Dead Online? Again, because it's a technical problems here, or because Rockstar thinks that this way they will get less money?
Well, the thing is, private session is a thing. I mean, it's stated in the language files, so I'm not. And yeah, wait. There's even They are yeah, pictures on the start menu with each section. Well, there's not, I think I remember finding a picture of with a with a picture that had the title of a private session or something along the lines of that. So yeah, it's a thing, but they're just not adding it. I don't know why. It's just odd.
It's like maybe it's some content that they wanted to like implement at some point, but then
Yeah.
change their mind. Like these old findings of the properties, prices for properties.
Yes, 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 I do.
Why it's in the
Yeah.
game files but never was released in online? Please explain.
I don't. Again, I have no idea. That was just odd because I think my friend Ben Walker found those mentions before Bread Online even released. So yeah, that's definitely odd why that never released. Because I think there was like placeholder names and prices in the files as well. So yeah, definitely odd why properties are still not in the game. Because I would prefer that over the camps we have right now. The camps just feel it's just not very satisfying is having a camp, is it? Because there's definitely not much upgrades you can do with it, and yeah, I do hope we will see properties eventually, but yeah, it's a shame that they haven't still not added it after 2 years of the release.
What about, I see in the comments a question. What about the horror audio files that
Yeah.
are in the game already? Have you heard
Horror
about
files.
this?
I would imagine. No, I would imagine they would have been used for the Halloween mode,
By the way, Halloween
or they
mode.
could have just been for the story mode.
Why do you think it's not like it was bad, but why do you think they haven't made zombies? Yeah. In it.
Oh good point. Yeah, because last year was a bit disappointing the Halloween event, wasn't it? Yeah, because they made the NPCs zombies, but with the generic NPC flags. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I just think they just were just a bit. I just don't think they just had the time to program the NPCs as behaving as zombies, I guess. But hopefully this year that will happen. Make make the NPC zombies, for goodness sake. That was just ridiculous last year.
Do you think like is there some possibility to see something like Undead Nightmare 2?
For story mode.
Yep. Or maybe for online, who knows?
Hopefully. They would definitely make some money if they did do that, though. To be fair, yeah. I think hopefully, we'll see that in the future. We'll have to wait and see. But I think it's already being confirmed they're not planning on any single-player expansions, though. In some interviews with Phil Hooker, I think he was in some interviews, wasn't he? And I think he already confirmed there was no single-player expansions in development. So I don't think we'll see single-player expansions in the future, but we'll just have to wait and see.
So another question about leaks, not like really leaks, but this content that in the game files, like pistol M1899. It's been in the game files like for a long time, right? But why it's not in the game? Why do you think they're not adding it to Red Dead
What's
Online?
not added? The zombies. What do you mean? Sorry, can you just
Pistol
repeat that again?
M1899 model. This pistol is already in the game files. Like
Is that from the story mode?
Yep, from a story.
Unless is from the story mode. Well, yeah, they could probably. I would imagine they could add that to online when they want by server-side update. So it would be on them to add that.
So it's super easy for them to add it, actually, right? Like tune few buttons.
Well, I would imagine they would have to. I would imagine. I don't. Yeah, that maybe I'm wrong actually. Maybe not via server-side update. They probably have to do a title update because they would have to add the catalog page and some other stuff, and obviously modify the flags of the weapon so it's not as overpowered. So it doesn't. So you won't. So because you don't want overpowered weapons in online, do you? Where you can easily kill players with whatever weapon you can get. But yeah, I would imagine it would be possible if they did it. Yeah, via title update. Because they would have to make the catalog page and all that stuff.
So basically, by any moment they can add it in. I mean, in any you know, in any big updates they
I would
can add.
imagine. I would imagine via. Yeah. Yes.
So I hope that someday we will see this happening. But I mean, it was in the game files for so long now that I'm not even quite sure why they actually changed. Why they actually changed their
Yes.
mind, because to me it looked like they wanted to add this pistol to online, at least at some point of time. So
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how much is cut from Red Dead Online. There's a lot of stuff cut. There
Like-
was a character transfer and feature for PC, and that was cut. It's actually still in the original language file, in the vanilla files, and there was lines about transferring data from your social club to another platform. Then in the new language file, those lines are not too. I'm guessing they removed the character. They didn't include the character transfer and feature for PC because it would make more money off gold bars. That's my guess.
So originally they wanted to make this character transfer from consoles to PC version. Wow, it's interesting.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I did. I sent the lines to Red Dead Online community, and he saw them, and he said the same thing. He thinks they didn't add this because it was probably to make more money off gold bars. So it is what it is, unfortunately. But I do hopefully we'll see it eventually, because I'm trying to get myself into PC game as much as I can. I would love to transfer my console progress over to PC.
Well, but there is some pleasure to, you know, to start again with a new fresh character. So I'm not too
Yeah.
disappointed. But what do you think, if since we're talking about character transfer, will there be a different version for the next gen consoles?
Hopefully. I don't. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Because I mean, I played the PS4 version on my PlayStation 5, and I really hope they will make a new version of the game. But I'm not too sure what they would include for it to make it a selling point. I guess the Rockstar editor would work, I guess, but we're gonna have to wait and see. And I would hope it would be a free upgrade as well. Hopefully, not just gonna charge everyone again like they did with GTA 5. For Xbox One and PS4, so hopefully, fingers crossed on that note.
Well, yeah, because I also not quite sure what else except like 60 frame per second they can add in this new version to actually sell it, because there should be something bigger. I mean, I will personally buy it only for 60 FPS, but most people won't, probably.
It would be a dream if we did get to see some single player expansions if they decide to make a new version of the game. Just it's probably something I doubt will happen, but it would be nice.
And since we started to talk about this character transfer, in GTA Online there will be like new standalone version of GTA 5, right? Not only standalone, but new gen version. So will there be a character transfer?
Yes.
And like free of charge?
I would imagine so, because they would. Yeah, I would imagine so. They would get a lot of backlash if they did not include a character transfer and feature for the next gen versions. There's a lot of players who started since day one from 2013, so yes, I would imagine they would do that.
It's not like they care too much about backlash, in my opinion, but maybe they do. Maybe I'm wrong. So basically, it's gonna be a character transfer if there will be a new gen version. You think there will be a character transfer
Hopefully,
in Red Dead Online as well?
I would imagine so.
Yeah, so
I would imagine so. Yes.
Okay, another question. Maybe you know the answer, and you find something like some clues in this reports to the investors from investor call. Why do you think they haven't left this price of $5 on Red Dead Online? Why do you think they increased it to 20? I mean, in my opinion, it makes no sense. I hardly see too many players buying Red Dead Online for $20?
Well, I definitely would recommend just buying a pre-owned copy of the game
Yeah.
on eBay or something. I wouldn't pay that much for this game. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's way too much, and I've seen some people argue that the Red Online should be free to play, and I don't know. I don't know about you, but would that be a good thing? I'm not too sure. I hope it doesn't come. I mean, yeah, it's hard to say. The free-to-play model would probably make the microtransactions a lot more aggressive, I would imagine, but I think the game should be a lot cheaper, yeah.
But yeah, but what's the plan? Why they increase the price? Because on most platforms it's gonna be much more reasonable choice to buy like single player, since it includes Red Dead Online already, and the price, for example, on Steam is not much higher, especially since there are so many like discounts all the time on a game that is so old. So I see no logic behind this decision to increase the price to $20. Or was it made simply to advertise this $5 offer, so they would have more sales at least there? Because what do you think, from according to this investors calls and stuff and all this information?
Well, again, I don't think it's worth £20 or $20. I think it should be a lot lower than that. Yeah, I'm not still sure what else to say on that note.
Okay, but
Yeah.
what about free? You said that making it free of charge is not a good idea. I
Free
mean,
to
at some
play.
point
Yeah,
it was almost free
if they,
in Xbox Live.
yeah, I think if they did it, if it was a free to play, if they were using a free to play model, I would reckon the microtransactions for gold bars is going to be a lot more aggressive than it is now. So hopefully that won't be the case. I mean, it might happen in the future. We never know. It depends how Red Online performs. To be honest, if it's gonna perform like crap for the next year or so, then I reckon they are going to go to that path. I reckon.
But wait a second. GTA Online was like never free until it was released on Epic Store, right? But it's still pretty predatory, this monetization system, as far as I know.
Yes.
Despite the fact that it's always cost
Yes.
some money. So why do you think the same will not happen to Red Dead Online? I mean, at some point, let's say they will add some game-changing content, and then we'll just turn the monetization to the level of GTA Online. Do you think this might happen?
I would say I'm going to be honest. The monetization of Red Online is a lot more worse than GT Online, because I looked on the PlayStation Store yesterday, and the highest gold bar tier was £90. It's absolutely ridiculous, and obviously I don't know. I also checked the shark card bundles as well, and the highest tier for the shark cards was around £60. So they're very aggressive on the gold bars for Red Online. I think the monetization is a lot more aggressive in Red Dead Online and GT Online, in my opinion, because you can easily make money with the Cabruca heist right now. Because I'm seeing these content creators coming out on Twitter saying this heist is so easy to complete, and I can complete it in about half an hour. So yeah, that monetization in Red Dead Online is extremely aggressive. I don't like this gold bar system. Not sure about you, but yeah.
Oh, I disagree that monetization in Red Dead Online is, tougher than in GTA Online. I think it's, honestly, I think they don't have, they haven't implemented the monetization system in Red Dead Online yet. Because it's super easy to play without even thinking about buying gold, ever. But they're making first steps right now in the direction. I think this daily challenge system nerf is one of the steps, and maybe we will see something more later.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah, but still, it's not necessary to buy gold bars. Although it's now a little bit more tempting than it used to be. But
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, because the payouts are not very good as much as as they were. So yeah, just a bit.
by the way, in this investors call, I heard the lines that they said they expect to earn even more money in 2021 from GTA Online. Why do you think they so optimistic?
Oh,
I mean, especially if there are some new methods of farming money that are not super hard to do, but they expect to make more money.
um, uh, well, honest, I, Gerald Zelnick is very smart. I'll tell you that for sure. I know there's a lot of people that buy the game who aren't aware of the Kapruga heist. There's millions out there who buy the game and start from fresh, and who will buy the shark cards. Um, yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure why they said that. I guess they still make a lot from shark cards, I would imagine. And I guess they're also still making a lot of money from sales as well, game sales, because they're still making millions of copies each quarter. So
How much they've
yeah,
sold
I would
like
imagine them.
last year
Imagine that.
GTA Online?
I would imagine they are. I would imagine new players are most likely the ones are buying shark cards than the veteran players. I would imagine because
Probably.
there's new players. There's millions of new players each month. It's incredible. It's actually mind blowing.
How much exactly? How much new players? Do you remember the numbers? They sold like surprisingly a lot during 2020. I'm talking about
Let's have a
GTA.
look. Yeah, they did. Let me check.
So like
I've reported on this in the past. I can't remember the figures. Hold on. GTA 5.
some impressive numbers, right? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, it's sold over 140 million copies now. I think that's the latest figure. Of Rockstar Intel. GTA 5 sales.
So like 10 millions a year for the 7 year.
Yeah, so yeah, GTA 5 was the UK's third best-selling title in 2020. So that did beat the GTA 5 even beat The Last of Us Part 2 as well. That's insane. And Assassin's Creed Finale. Trying to get the total number of how much it sold last year though. Just a second. Okay, yeah. So Strauss Zelnick did say the GTA 5 sold more in 2020 than any other year except the launch, which was in 2013. So it definitely sold a lot then. I'm not too sure how much I'm not too sure on the exact figure on how much it sold last year though, but it sold more copies in 2020 than any other year except the launch.
Despite the fact that there was like only one big update and it was at the end of the year. So yeah, and here's an interesting question. You like probably you definitely know something like any leaks about director mode, like leaks or rumors, something.
Yeah. Just let me go on my Twitter for a second. Yeah, because I did find something about that last year. So there was a mention in the files about Jack Marston being a blocked character in demo mode. I'll just pull up the tweet for you. I'll send it over to you on Discord. Just a second. There we go. Just send it to you now. There you go. So yeah, so there was a so it was on. Oh, goodness sake. So the left was the Moonshiners update, and the right was the Nutritious update. So, and there was also, and then the image you're looking at is a block character that can't be used in director mode, which was Jack Marston. So when a director mode eventually comes, Jack Marston can't be played. And there were also some flags for director mode in the manifest files for the update, in the update for the Nutrilist. And I think there was a flag called Dar. What was it? I think it was. I can't remember. I can't remember the exact name of the flag, but there was something. There was a flag related to director mode in the manifest for the update. So, how it would work was that the flag would disable the online content in the director mode. It's hard to explain, But there was new flags for director mode added in the Nutrist update as well.
So they started to change code in order to to make
Yes.
director mode better, and not people not being able to
Yes.
use John there back in July, right? But we still have nothing about
Yes,
director
yes.
mode more
Still
specific.
nothing. No. Maybe it might come this year for the next gen versions. We're just gonna have to wait and see.
No, actually, it might be a good selling feature for next
Oh
gen.
yeah, absolutely.
Do you think they can make it like leave old console generation users without director mode?
That's a good question. That's a good question. It depends if they want to make it a selling point for next consoles. I would imagine it will come out for the current gen consoles though. Yeah, well, hopefully at least, because there's going to be a lot of players who still don't have next gen consoles, and so that would be nice.
What about this theory? Maybe they're waiting for like many people in the world to buy next gen console, and then they will start pushing, some content for the next gen, just selling points, and develop Red Dead Online mostly on the next gen version.
Yeah.
Is it sounds like possible to you?
They did they did that with the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions for GTA 5. They stopped developing DLC updates after a few updates launch on the next gen versions. I wouldn't. That's a good question. It's hard because I wouldn't say the Xbox One and PS4 are necessarily bad consoles, and they are still very good. At least in my opinion, they still do the job for people. So I reckon it'll still have updates for maybe the next few years. Maybe depends. We'll just have to wait and see.
So you don't think it's about 2021 in this case?
No, I don't think they're gonna just permanently stop updating the last gen versions. No, I don't think they're just gonna do that right away. I think it might take a few more years for them to decide to do that, because the transition to next gen consoles is gonna take a while for everyone. So no.
Well, that leads me actually with a question like when something cool is gonna happen in Red Dead Online. Because I still hope for this year, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But okay. Let's say three options. What they can add in the next big update, right? Mexico expansion, properties, or heists. I don't know. As a part of the role, what would you think will be the most probable? Which of these options can be the most probable?
Ooh, that's a good question. Heists would be a lot more complex for them, I would imagine. No, I think that's too big. Very too big. Properties is most like the most probable choice, I would imagine. It's probably not as complex to develop, I would imagine. And they would make a lot of profit from the gold bars as well. So that's probably the most likely case scenario, I would imagine. If that was to be the case.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can easily sell like the Saint Denis mansion. Yeah, they could easily sell the Saint Denis mansion for like, say, 2,000 gold bars, and they would easily make. And then if you translate that to the real money currency for the microtransactions, then they would make a lot. So yeah, I would imagine the properties would be the most probable one because it would make a lot of money from the microtransactions.
Actually, yeah, they had this placeholder for the price of the mansion on 600 gold bars, but it was back in the beta when people had like far less gold than now. Because many players now, not now, but when this leak was around about these properties, that 600 gold is too much, but I mean, this price was made when 600 gold bars was like not too much. It was insane amount. I just don't know
Yes.
how it was possible to earn back in the beta without actually buying the gold. So yeah, I actually agree with you that if we will see properties now, the price will be higher, and maybe even possible that it's going to be something
I
ridiculous
definitely,
like 2000.
I definitely expected a lot more in the beta. I'm not sure about you, but I definitely expected to see the properties, approach sessions, and all the basics features from GT Online in the day one. It's just so disappointing that we still don't have those features after 2 years. So it's just annoying.
Yeah, I would agree. Okay, so, since we're talking about something being annoying, what do you think? What is the reason for Rockstar to have this insanely low level of communication with the player base? Like, it's unusual
Oh
for
God,
modern
don't get me
companies.
started. Don't get me started on that. Yeah, I hate their communication. I wish it was a lot better. Um, I don't even know if they have a community manager. I really hope they do, but I don't think they do because I believe a lot of content creators in the community, such as Hazard, have tried to get in contact with the community managers because of the hacking going on PC. And it's just so difficult to get Rockstar's attention for like problems like hacking and cheating issues going on in Red Dead Online. I don't understand the logic in just not communicating with the community. It's just baffling to me.
So yeah, I also don't understand. It's not that hard to hire a few people and pay some salary. I don't know, to make
No,
tweets,
no.
and stuff like this, because they actually working on this side. I mean, with on social media, they have these tweets in a Twitter, and they have newswire pretty. I mean, some work is they put
Yeah,
some work each week. There are new pictures and pretty cool actually. Graphics is always something cool that I
yeah,
see in the
yeah, yeah.
newswire. But why don't they communicate
Yes.
with people besides that? I have no idea. I mean, really, it's super weird.
I have no idea either. I would imagine someone is assigned at Rockstar to just post and also like tweets from fans that are posting pictures of the games and stuff like that and retweet fan-related content. But if it's community communication, then that's just they're probably not allowed to say anything. I guess it's all done by PR or whoever. But yeah, I don't think I generally think the social media team are just not allowed to communicate about the issues of the games unless their bosses allow it. I would imagine. I don't know. It's confusing to me as well.
Yeah, because it's really confusing and kind of annoying to see that happening, and I cannot
Yeah,
even
no,
think
I know.
about other companies except Rockstar to have so low level of like
No.
communication and presence in social media in general, uh, because it's super weird. So we have a question about Harriet, but I'm not gonna read it. Um, so actually, what's your personal opinion on this naturalist update in general? Like, uh,
Yeah, I mean, it was good for the first few weeks, and it just began getting more repetitive. If you get what I mean. Like it was a good It's a good update. It just feels like you're just doing the same. It just feels like you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it just got boring after the first few weeks. But I mean, I still play it now to fill up my trader business. But yeah, it was alright, I guess.
okay, but they could have invested this energy into developing something cool. I mean, let's say
Yeah, no, you do. Yeah, I agree. Yes.
robbery, at least. But instead, we have a naturalist update, and this also always surprises me. What do you think? How does it works? There is some person in Rockstar who's in charge for all this, and he just want to to play as a deer, and he says to developers to develop such feature, or they somehow like analyze feedback from the community. I don't know how you should analyze feedback to implement naturalist
Mm.
role, but anyway, now what's your impression on how this is going on? Who decides what content we will see next? And what is
Well,
algorithm?
I forgot his name. I forgot his name. You might know his name.
Butcher.
You know that guy who's in
Butcher.
the interviews?
Yeah, his name is Butcher
Yes,
because it's the same as in The Boys.
I think that guy handles what goes into the updates. I think he's one of the main bosses for Red Dead Online and GT Online. So I think it would be up to him what happens and what gets added and when the updates come out and stuff like that. I would imagine it's all on him.
Yeah, and you think it's like more or less one guy decisions what will be added next?
I would imagine it. I don't think it's just a one guy decision. I would imagine it's on the higher ups as well. We're probably at Take. I would imagine Take Two as well. I would imagine they make the decisions as well, because I don't think that one guy made the decision to nerf the daily challenges. I reckon that was most likely on Take Two.
Well, I guess probably yes, because I guess they have different monetization strategy for the game. At least I believe so. That there is some sort of a conflict between Rockstar and Take-Two about the future of this game, because I'm really surprised to see such a low level of monetization in Red Dead Online still. But yeah, they're making first moves. So maybe I would agree with you. The fact Cat watches The Boys makes me love him even more. I just had to read the comment, but The Boys is just an awesome TV series. Just had to make this small advertisement, free advertisement, obviously. And another advertisement: all the episodes of this podcast are available on Spotify. It's not like I'm making any profit from it, but for some people it's more useful to listen to the podcast than watching. So I'm just saying. So link in the description to the Spotify as well as to the VideoTech Twitter. Just go check something interesting there. Okay, so since I've talked about your Twitter, I've remembered one thing that I wanted to ask you. Why do you think these weekly updates are going live at one time and Newswire is being posted only 5 hours later? What is the reason for this?
Oh that honestly, it's ridiculous. I don't understand that either, because like I'm a writer at Rockstar Intel, and it's my responsibility to get these event week articles done, and I have to wait for about 5 hours for them to get a newswire out, and so I can get it typed up. It's just it baffles me. I guess someone's just super late on the job all the time. But for some weird reason, they're always on time for GT Online. After 2 hours after the event week is activated, they're making a post about it. So yeah, it's just super odd.
But I mean, you definitely had to think about it, because I was thinking for this, and I see no logical reason to do it, to have this delay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no profit there.
Yeah.
They might release this update like later, and it will be fine, because I guess when they are releasing this update, it's like super early morning. Not even the morning, it's in the middle of the night in United States, right? So it's not an optimal time to release an update.
Well, to be fair, they could just schedule newswire posts. They can get it done in a week and then just schedule them, and then once the event week is live, then automatically post it with TweetDesk. Sorry.
Yeah, actually, yes. So, I mean, it's a decision to have this gap between release and the newswire, and I cannot understand the logic behind it. I mean, I thought...
Yeah, me too.
It's super weird. I mean, there are many weird decisions that Rockstar is making, but this small one is like... It's just something that I see every week, and I wonder why this happened, like what's the point. By the way, have you mentioned that they improved the quality of a newswire recently? I don't know, in last few months.
Oh yeah, I have seen. I have seen some improvements. Yeah, they just made it a lot more fancier, and the fonts
Yeah.
are more fancier, and the pictures are way more better. Yeah, I definitely noticed a change in that.
So it's I'm trying to get to the point. So many players are saying like Red Dead Online is a dead game. Rockstar don't care about it anymore. And yes, I have this feeling as well, and quite often. But
I
actually
think
looking on what Rockstar was making like last few months, they're putting some effort into Red Dead Online specifically. I mean, would you agree with me on this impression?
I think I don't. I think they care about Red. I definitely think they are. They do care about the game. I don't think they don't, but I think it's just more of an issue with how GTA Online is succeeding and it's making profit for Take-Two. So I do kind of wonder if Take-Two wants GTA Online to be a more focused online game for Rockstar. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I generally do think that the developers do care about it. Yeah.
But about this improvement, actually, so look, they have changed the way lobby works. They changed this newswire. They have added this free
Yes,
update.
yes.
So
Yes.
so
Yes.
there is some effort. There is some people
Yeah,
spend some
yes,
time
definitely. I do
coding.
agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. So you also mentioned it because to me it's like a good sign. It makes me optimistic about the future
Oh,
for Red Dead
absolutely.
Online. Yeah, because
Yeah, because I used. Sorry.
no
carry on.
no 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 yeah I was listening what you were saying.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, there's a latency issues.
Mm-hmm.
This is really hard to. It's really hard to. Yeah. Yeah, because as you just mentioned, the lobby changes. I always experience a lot of disconnection issues with Red Dead Online because I don't have a very good internet connection. So it's definitely reduced that now with these new lobby changes because now this new shift session thing it's definitely helping because I can actually play the game without getting kicked out all the time. It's actually it's really helpful.
Yeah, but it's improved like actually like a month ago or something.
Yes.
They
Yes.
improved it a lot, I believe. So actually, what's your like personal experience with this new way of lobby working? So you have far less disconnects, right?
Yes,
Or
absolutely. Not experienced one in the past few weeks. It's been absolutely flawless.
well, yeah. So it's a good game changer. I mean, as a rule, I believe there is some work was put it behind this updates that no one, not like no one, but not many players mentioned, which is really interesting situation to me because again, Rockstar haven't even said anything about this change in a newswire or something, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's a bit odd. They didn't mention it on the Rockstar support page or anything about the changes. Yeah, it is a bit odd because all the changes, most always go through Tez, because he's the one who will check the servers and check obviously because he's the one who checks the server side stuff, and he will check the changes. But yeah, it's odd why Rockstar support don't communicate that much with these changes. No, it's mostly on Tez that tells us that what's going on behind the scenes. But yeah, definitely odd.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I guess we have already questions. It's a time for questions. And first question from Karn:
Yeah,
do you
sure thing.
think we can expect more larger content this year? Like your personal opinion. Do you think we can expect something super large this year?
Well, due to the COVID restrictions in the UK, and I do believe Red Dead Online updates are produced in the UK from Rockstar North, and I believe most of the developers are still working at home. So I'm not not too optimistic, but I think it's a 50-50 chance we'll see a bigger or smaller update this year due to the COVID stuff going on at the minute. Because the UK at the minute is suffering pretty bad from the COVID pandemic right now. So everyone's still working from home. So we're just going to have to wait and see.
By the way, have you
And
heard the
motion captures
rumors
as
that
well.
online content is mostly made by Rockstar India? Because I've heard a lot of rumors like that.
Oh, no, I didn't. No.
Maybe it's a local
No,
joke.
that would definitely be great if that's possible.
Yeah,
No, I definitely not heard anything about that, no.
Okay, so next question. Where did you, I mean, probably is how did you came up with your name? VideoTech.
Oh,
VideoTech.
okay, that's a good question. It was the summer holidays in 2018, and I just finished school at the time. I finished my exams, and I thought, hey, let's just make this new page called VideoTech. I don't know why I made it. Just made it on Twitter randomly, and I just started from there. And I tweeted news out for Rockstar, and had enthusiasm for Rockstar, and yeah, basically start from there. It just a random thought came to my head. Just why not?
What's surprising is that VideoTech was available.
And I like technology as well. And I don't really talk about it on Twitter, but I definitely have a huge enthusiasm for technology and graphics cards and computers at the same time. And also, yeah, I don't know why I picked it, to be honest.
So, what's your personal opinion? Will Outlaw role actually make people happy? It's a question from chat, and I just want to mention that you said that it's the hardest one to implement. I mean, Outlaw with heists, of course. I think because they will be together. So, what do you think? It can be a game changer.
Hopefully, we'll see that. Yeah, hopefully in the future, yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. It will definitely be. I hope it will definitely be better than the other roles. Yeah, absolutely.
So, but you still think it's like there has the lowest chances of being implemented in the nearest future, right? This Outlaw role plus heists. Okay, so about
yeah, well, hopefully we'll see that.
Yeah, so I also hope it's just a question when, in my opinion. So about the Rockstar editor, we already were talking. Editor, there are some leaks. About Undead Nightmare, we also were talking already. Oh, it's an interesting one. What do you think? More legendary bounties, or I will add to this question, or animals? Is it possible to see in the near future? The small content like this.
Yeah, like a small content update. If they are gonna do that, then I think they're just gonna make this. They're probably gonna do what they did with the bounty expansion update in December, and probably just make this extra license to access the missions again. But hopefully that won't be the case, because we definitely need fresh content. That's for sure.
So it's.
But yeah, I think that could happen. Yeah, it's a possibility. Yeah.
So you think this could happen? And the next question about something that I predict you will say will never happen. Will Rockstar ever focus more on Red Dead Online over GTA Online? What's your opinion?
Do I think Rockstar focus on Red Online?
Will ever focus? Will this ever happen that they will focus more on Red Dead Online than on GTA Online? Is it possible?
Well, GTA Online at the minute is making Rockstar absolutely millions right now. If there's a decline in the future for GTA Online, I can see that being a possibility. Yes.
So,
because I wonder how long I do kind of wonder how long GTA Online is going to last for though. So hopefully, Red Online does last for hopefully the same time as GTA Online has so far. Hopefully it's going to be a never-ending thing. It's just going to keep getting updates constantly after year. So hopefully we'll see that that will happen. So we'll have to wait.
Okay, but here I just think about one thing. What if GTA Online 6 will be released until the moment when, you know, Red Dead Online will get more popular than GTA Online? I mean, GTA 6 will probably have online as well. What do
Yeah,
you think?
I really hope they're not just gonna I really hope they're not just gonna say nope, we're not gonna update Red Online because our Red GTA 6 Online's doing better. And I hope that's not gonna be the case because Red Online has so much bloody potential. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that won't be the case. No.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't think they will stop updating Red Dead Online. But who knows, actually,
No,
once they
hopefully
will
not.
release GTA 6, maybe it's gonna be in like many years. So they will stop updating Red Dead Online till that time. Who knows? But
Yeah.
I'm just saying that maybe there will be never such moment when, you know, Red Dead Online will be more popular than GTA Online, just because GTA Online can be new edition, like GTA Online 2
Yeah.
with GTA Online with GTA 6. By the way, are there like any like rumors we can trust about GTA 6, or all we can see is a pure clickbait? What's your opinion?
I would probably. Yeah, I would probably stick with the information Jason Squire. I can't say his name properly. Jason, the journalist from Kentucky. Oh no, Bloomberg now, isn't he? Would you know who I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Of
Yeah,
course.
Jason Squire. I think I pronounced his
In
name. Yeah,
Russian, it
I would
pronounced like
probably go with his.
Schreier. So I don't know.
Schreier, yeah, that's it. I can't say his last name properly. Sorry. I'd probably stick with his information along with Jan and Tez as well, because them lot have always been reliable with past information anyway. So, yeah, definitely them three I would stick with.
And there is no like real information about Part 6 yet, right? Trustable.
I will imagine what Jason Squire has. Sorry, I can't say his name. I will imagine what he has said is probably going to be true, because Jason's been right so many times in the past. I mean, he was even right about the Horizon Zero Dawn port for PC, and that was right, and nobody expected that, and that came out of nowhere. So, yeah, probably.
But I'm sorry, have he said something like specific already?
Yeah, he not on Red Dead, no, just GTA 6. But he did report on the crunch time for Rockstar back in 2018, though. And that's all I remember. That was all. That was what. That's always reported on Red Dead. That's it. It was just the crunch time. That was it.
Oh, so you mean if there will be some report like this about GTA, then we will find that it's close.
Hopefully.
Okay. And so far, because there are many mentioning of clickbaiters in YouTube, all this information is
Yes.
out of nowhere and has no value. Well, that's interesting. And
Yeah. Yeah.
by the way, what do you think? Like you personally think, what will be the gap between Rockstar announcing GTA 6 and actual release date? What time will be between these two events?
Well, I reckon once it gets announced, it's definitely not going to come out the year after it's been announced. That because they did this with Red Dead. We all knew this was going to happen with Red Dead, didn't we? We didn't think it was going to when it got announced in 2016. We all knew it wasn't going to come out in 2017. So we knew, yeah. Well, when it gets announced, hopefully it will probably come out the next. Hopefully, I would imagine when it gets announced, it'll probably come out in the next 2 years after when it's announced. But when will announcement happen? Well, I guess that depends on how GTA Online goes for the next few years. I would imagine. At least, if GTA Online continues to succeed, I think it's sort of a good thing because we won't see as much cut content in the next GTA game, and we might have a really long story and this huge, detailed, vibrant open world. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But I think it all goes by how GTA Online succeeds at the minute.
Oh, actually, about it reminded me of one event and a question I wanted to ask you. Have you seen that Take-Two stock price dropped significantly after this investors call we were talking about?
No.
I've seen and I was super surprised. I mean, I have no idea why. And my theory is that investors are expecting Rockstar to say something about, not Rockstar but Take-Two, something about GTA 6 or maybe some other big events, something. But when they don't hear it on the investor calls, they just like losing the trust into Take-Two, because it dropped like pretty like it lost like $7 over like a few hours. I was like really surprised.
Unless they're not happy, unless investors are not happy with what's going on with Red Dead Online, that's the only thing I can think of.
But I mean,
GTA Online is doing well.
But Red Dead Online is such a small part.
I wasn't aware of this.
I don't think.
Yes, I don't know. See, the thing is, they released Caraprico Heist, one of the biggest updates to ever launch. So I'm not too sure why that's happened. Because they definitely had a good conference. It was a lot happened. So yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I think it's more about some expectations that were unfulfilled. Maybe investors were expecting to hear something interesting from the
like a new game.
Yeah, at least something specific. Because on this investors calls, they actually haven't said anything new, in my opinion, or something super exciting. They mostly like trying to avoid all the questions. And it looks like this to me, at least. They be enough.
Yeah, it's like it's out one.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, I've seen a question that I wanted to ask you. Oh, about Bully 2. What do you think, Bully 2? Is it like possible in theory?
I as much as I think I think it would see it happen, but I think it's already been clarified by Jan that's not happened. I think Tez has even come out about it, that's been scrapped though. No, probably not gonna happen if they're saying.
Whoops, sorry, and it seems like you have an issue with the voice. We have a Discord issue.
Is it? Oh, is there?
Now it's fine. Now it's fine. Just had you were lagging a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, so I reckon. No, I don't think. I think it was a thing a few years ago. But Jan and Tez have already come out to say that it's not. That it's already been scrapped. So probably not going to happen. Unlikely happening unless it goes back into development after GTA 6. We'll have to wait and see.
What do you think about new IP?
Jan and Tez have come out to say it. A new IP. Well, we have heard about something about a medieval game. I think it was in a job listing or something. But that could be a thing in the next few years. That would be very interesting.
Do you think it's possible, or it was just
Rockstar Oh yeah, Rockstar definitely needs a new IP already. That's for sure. We've had Red Dead and GTA for way too long.
So medieval games, that's like really interesting. But they have like IPs like Max Payne, maybe Max Payne, some sort of a new part of.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I just wonder, can they like make some new IP like this medieval, or
I would like
Agent, for example.
As the Strange Man says in chat, the most important of all, Agent. Well, I think I wonder why Agent was cancelled. It's such a mystery, isn't it? Like, why wasn't it never? Why did they not say a word about it again? And why was a trademark just left in 2018? I really hope Sony is gonna just sort of hopefully. I wonder if I don't know who handles the IP. It could be Take-Two or Sony. I don't know who owns it, but hopefully, fingers crossed, Sony will sort of try and hopefully buy the rights to the IP, or hopefully could somehow convince Rockstar to develop the game. I would love to see a new IP from Rockstar. That's for sure. But Agent is definitely an interesting one. I definitely would love to see that if that happens.
But it's probably not gonna happen, right? At least what information
Probably
I
not,
have,
no.
Agent
Well,
is.
Fingers crossed, but no, it's gonna happen. No.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, we have a comment that they gave up on Agent, and I actually have exactly the same expression. So, um, unfortunately. So, I mean, maybe they just focused now on this online project, not even Red Dead Online, but on the GTA Online, and they fine with it. So, I mean, how is it what do you think? Is it possible that we will not see any sort of a new game until GTA 6, and GTA 6 we will see only in like a few years? Do you think it's possible, you know, how the things will develop? This outcome. No new games, only GTA 6, and
Well,
only in like 3 or more years. Oops, it seems like I cannot hear you. You're saying something, but it seems like there is no sound in the Discord. We have another technical issue. I guess it's connection problems. I will try to recall. So, can you hear now? Test. No, it's not some problem. I cannot hear you, unfortunately. We still need Bully version 2, says YouTube Vision. Yeah, why not? But I guess we will not see it. Guess we will not see it. Like, never. Red Dead Revolver 2 is not gonna happen, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, there we go. I can hear you now. Sorry,
Okay.
I just had an error message about something about RTC that was disconnected or something. I guess we're back now.
Mm-hmm. So, some issues with the Discord. So, yeah, so, I mean, I repeat the question. Do you think it's the most probable outcome that we will see no new IPs, no new games, not even any games from Rockstar until GTA 6, and GTA 6 will be only in like few years at best? What do you think? Is this the most possible, like, you know, what's gonna happen, or no?
Are you saying that are we going to see a new game before GTA 6? You mean?
Yeah. There are, let's say, two possible outcomes. We will see something new before GTA 6, or nothing new.
Well, well, I definitely wouldn't mind. Well, I think GTA 6 is going to be the next thing, without a doubt. I reckon it's their utmost focus at the studios right now. Yeah, it has to be. I don't think we're going to see a new game like Agent or the Medieval game or whatever. I think GTA 6 is going to be next. Because it'll be the most profitable thing anyway. It's going to sell millions on the day one. So, yeah, and then they would meet. I think, yeah, most likely.
Okay, and the last question, that I wanted, I don't know, maybe you have some information. If GTA 6 will be released, like, or rather when, will it have the different, like, this GTA Online version 2.0, like next GTA Online? They will, like, shut down this one version, and
I mean, I don't have. That's a good question as well. I don't think they're going to do that. No, no. There might be. I don't have any information, but I think it's a speculation. I think it's a possibility they may let us transfer our existing GTA Online data to GTA 6 Online. So we have all our current GTA 5 progress, and it's all transferred to the next title. That is a possibility. I think might happen. Yeah.
But what if there will be different time settings and, you know, different era?
Oh, yeah. If it's in the modern era, then they're probably going to make a start again, most likely. No, sorry. If it's in the if it's a different set in like 1980s, then yeah, they'll probably make a start again. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, well, we discussed some leaks, some rumors, some potential news with VideoTech today. I hope you enjoyed this small podcast, and I'm sorry for technical issues. I messed
it's
up a
been
little
awesome.
bit with sound at the beginning, and we had some
Yeah, my apologies too.
we had some connection issues, but still I hope you enjoyed it. So anyway, guys, thank you for joining us in this podcast. Next week, again on Wednesday, I hope there will be another episode, and stay healthy, and thank you for watching. Can we get more cat footage? I forgot about cat footage during this podcast, and that's why I had problems with sound, because cat helps to solve the issues with sound. Anyway, thank you for joining again. This video will be available on like maybe tomorrow when YouTube will finish rendering it. And again, stay healthy. See ya.